Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 5 in the NLT version, it reads, "This is what the sovereign Lord says. Disaster after disaster is coming your way. The end has come. It has finally arrived. Your final doom is waiting." Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. Excuse me. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom. To the hopefully like men that scattered abroad, pushing this truth without sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And also shalom to you very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting in order in these last days. Right? I'm the brother I'm a one coming to the video over is edifying. And brothers already went into it already. I just want to put it up on my page as well. How the sister thinks she's a Simeonite, Shema 1 in the Hebrew, right? Because she was saying about going back to the Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo, But just going into it, man. Hey, the Lord has the Lord is pretty much giving out warning after warning after warning, right? And it's to the point that He put His Spirit upon this flesh, warning you about the impending dangers, man. Right? And this is the last doom, right? We are called the prophets of doom. We're telling you these bad times are coming, man. And if you ain't even listening to us, hey, the Lord got to the point He put the Spirit on other people that's not even in the faith to speak on it, right? So I'm gonna play this clip and add a couple of scriptures, and that'll be that.
God bless you, people of God. So I had a dream about a month ago. In the dream, I was outside. I was with my parents. And I was telling them, we got to go back to DR. We got to go back to Santo Domingo. For those of you who are from different, parts of the world, or your parents are born outside of the country. I'm from New York. Usually when things are getting crazy, we tend to say like, oh, I'm going back. And in the dream, I was telling them, I was like, we got to go back to Santo Domingo. We got to go back. Things are getting crazy. Not even 30 seconds later, I see this aerial view of the globe. And I see missiles being launched into the United States. And it was literally chaos. There was pillars falling everywhere of buildings. It was destruction. Everybody was running. It was World War III. And at the time, I understood that, war is coming, but I didn't know how close it was. And so the Lord is definitely telling His church, get ready, because we're running out of time.
So there you have it. She said she had an aerial view, from the top, which, us hopefully will be beamed up by then, right? The 7th seal to the 8th seal. 6th seal to the 7th seal. Salakia. Right, because in that 7th seal, that's those nukes, man. Those are no missiles, being shot over here. So we'll be on that top view, see a glass looking down at the fireworks show. But yeah, I want to go inside the scriptures of what she had. Man, I forgot to do not disturb. Salakia. Excuse me. I want to go into the scriptures. I think the first one was Acts 2:17. Excuse me. Because yes, it says scriptures in Revelation tell you the second woe was past, the third woe cometh quickly, right? And that's why we're pushing for our people to pretty much to wake up. It's high time to wake out of sleep, knowing that Jacob's trouble, right? The time of repentance is closing. Because once shit hit the fan, there's no turning back. Right? There's no turning back now, but once shit hit the fan, it'll be no time to repent. I'm gonna read both of them. This one and the one that's in the book of Joel. It reads Acts 2:17 in the NLT. In the last days, the Most High says, I will pour out my Spirit upon our people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams. Right? Verse 18, in those days I will pour out my spirit even on my servants, men and women alike, and they will prophesy. Right? You can't beat it. And as I just, did a lesson testimony before this lesson right here, I was just going into the same thing of seeing the martial law set up, man. They shutting down highways just like that. So the evidence is right here, man. Right, it going from a true servant, right, and it's going to a sister that don't believe, right. But the Lord poured out His Spirit, right, because at the end of the day, the Lord said, "Hey, He's going to It says the gospel shall be pushed throughout the four corners of the earth, then the end shall come," meaning everybody's going to know about the impending dangers, right? Everybody's going to be warned, so you will not have no excuse. Right, and these things are trending all over TikTok, Instagram, whatever platform, right? These WW3 things, man, videos. So everybody is being warned. Excuse me. Let me go back to the one in Joel. Matter of fact, let me hit it inside the book of Joel. I'm gonna hit Joel 2. And that's the thing about it, right? She said she's trying to flee. Man, it don't matter where the hell you go. Honestly, it does not matter where you go. If you're not one of Yahweh Shem Yahshua's elect, right? 1/3 remnant, right, will be considered an elect, right? Hey, it don't matter where the hell you at on this map, right? You're gone. Lord said, hey, 2/3 of my people are gonna be cut off and die, right? And that's more so Babylon, right? America. But hey, if you think you finna I'm finna just flee America and then go down to Santo Domingo, it ain't gonna work. You still can catch your judgment, right? This because I want to bring this, right, because yes, this war is going to end in it's going to end in a major war, WW3, right? And this right here, what I'm going into right now is how they're going to be shooting those ICBMs right over to America, man. Right, America will be will be laid desolate. It's like, come on, man. Matter of fact, I'll start from 1. It's Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Sound the little slack in the NLT. Sound the alarm in Jerusalem, right? And it's a people before it's a place, right? You sounding that alarm, right? To the point now, you don't believe us. Hey, look, we got proof of non-believers getting visions and seeing the same things, right? And they don't know the depths, like how we can go into the scriptures, man. They just speaking on what the Lord has presented to them, right? It says, let everyone tremble in fear. Shalakia. Sound the alarm in Jerusalem. Raise the battle cry in my holy mountain. Let everyone tremble in fear because the day of the Lord is upon us, right? It's pending. This day of doom, this final doom is pending, right? Verse 2. It is a day of darkness and gloom, a day of thick clouds and deep blackness. Suddenly, like dawn spreading across the mountains, and a great and mighty army appears. Nothing like it has been seen before or will ever be seen again. Right? Excuse me. I'm going to read back inside the KJV, verse 3. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, and nothing shall escape them. Right? And so the Lord pretty much just broke down the missile, right? It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth, right? And behind that flame is what not the power, but the fire coming out of it at. And he just explained on how the comparison on how it's going to be. America's like the Garden of Eden. Everybody comes here, to get their business going. They send money back to wherever they from, But it says the Garden of Eden before then. But after those missiles hit, it's going to be what? It says and behind them a desolate wilderness, right? Gonna be real desolate, man. Excuse me. It says, of a place deserted of people in a state of bleak and dismal emptiness, right? So the main thing was gonna be emptiness, man. Ain't nobody gonna be here, right? The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run, right? They're gonna be some real mighty ICBMs, you know. You sunk a damn stampede. You hear it coming, right? Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of the fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. It says, before their face the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. And that's real heavy right there, because, you know, they gonna climb on the wall, especially when they hit. You know, all that, you know, it's a video of a clip on how, you know, Lebanon had got hit a couple years back. And once it hit, the waves just, you know, just the wind, you know, the wind mixed with the fire, you know, it was shocking. When it was knocking windows down, man. You know, so just imagine when it's gonna be fire, gonna be the same way with that, you know. It says, and they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Meaning, every ICBM that's supposed to be launched is going to make its way to America, man. It's not going to bump into the next one. It's not going to detonate in midair. To cause a lot more to detonate in midair. No, every ICBM is going to hit its actual target, man. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path, right? It says, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Like you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna finish it right there, because that's what I wanted to grab, right? Because just going back into the point she was saying, she was like, you know, we got to go because that's what she saw, right? Let me play this clip one more time.
God bless you, people of God. So I had a dream about a month ago. In the dream, I was outside. I was with my parents, and I was telling them, we gotta go back to DR. We gotta go back to Santo Domingo. For those of you who are from different, parts of the world, or your parents are born outside of the country. I'm from New York. Usually when things are getting crazy, we tend to say like, oh, I'm going back. And in the dream I was telling them, I was like, we gotta go back to Santo Domingo. We gotta go back. Things are getting crazy. Not even 30 seconds later, I see this aerial view of the globe, and I see missiles being launched into the United States. And it was literally chaos. There was pillars falling everywhere, of buildings. It was destruction. Everybody was running. It was World War III. And at the time, I understood that, war is coming, but I didn't know how close it was. And so the Lord is definitely telling his church, get ready, because we're running out of time.
So there you have it again. Let me go back. Right? Hey, we in some beautiful times. Is it Joel 2? I think it is 28. Yep. It's the same thing, but I'm gonna still read it though. Man, you can read all the way down. But the point is, it's just in 28 and 29, right? It says, again, Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. Right, and what they're bringing out, we're literally putting scriptures behind it to let you know, to help you discern what's about to go down. It's finna get ugly, you know. So Lord willing, let us edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Shalom.